When you're continually running right to zero in the bank, you're always looking at the possibility of having to close for a time to fix the problem.
Résilience Montréal, an Indigenous-led organization which supports Montreal's homeless community, is asking all three levels of government to pull a seat up at the table and increase their commitment of support, as the nonprofit cites concerns in securing core operational funding with access to very limited resources.
There's been the suggestion from government that this problem needs to be fixed. And yet we keep coming back to it.
Resilience says the goal is to support the implementation of recommendations made by the nearly 300-page report from Montreal's Public Consultation Office, the OCPM, in July, which says the government of Quebec and the City of Montreal must significantly increase support for community organizations working with homelessness, and that they must ease the terms and criteria of their funding programs.
I find that with many different recommendations that have come forward, whether it be missing and murdered or the Viens Commissions or the TRC, a lot of work has gone into it. They have been presented and they are ignored.
In a letter sent to key government figures obtained by City News, Résilience Montréal is requesting bi-weekly meetings focused on consultation, resources, and future planning.
What we want to do is to talk about cohabitation, find solutions, work together. Like, it needs to happen immediately, but we're not just talking about monies, we're talking about like an action plan.
In a statement to City News, the City of Montreal said they increased financial support by $3 million in its 2025 budget for organizations that work with the homeless, bringing it to nearly $10 million, adding that they have invested nearly $15 million in 2025 to combat homelessness, explaining that Résilience Montréal is investing $1.02 million for its Tehosterihens Deer project, which aims to improve cohabitation through a dedicated telephone line, an expanded cleaning team, evening awareness tours, community meetings, and cultural activities promoting trust between residents, both housed and unhoused. Despite these various investments from the city, David Chapman of Resilience says this isn't enough to operate sustainably.
If you don't look after the basic needs of some of the most marginalized people in our society, there are going to be dire consequences.
Neither Quebec's Indigenous Minister Ian Lafrenière or Social Services Minister Lionel Carmont responded to a request for comment. Chapman worries nothing will happen with this, as previous reports were shelved and ignored.
Loosen the red tape, please, because when they don't, it essentially puts lives at risk.
In Montreal, Tehosterihens Deer, City News.